Hey folks, Amy here. It's cold today. Oh my goodness. I can't show you because it's dark now, but I opened up the curtains on the sliding glass doors. I pulled the slider blinds. Then I have three separate drape panels, and then I have that big panel that makes it look like it's like that outdoors, like all nice and green. Here, I stand up and spin around and show you. It's hard to see that, but that makes it look like it's summertime outside, bringing the summer back in. But oh my gosh, it is so freaking cold. I slept up here again last night, and I put pillows all along the bottom because we're just starting to do the introductions of the kitten to the other cats. So behind me, I don't know if you can see, try to turn that. Well, right here, I got a screen that goes across now, and this room leads out to the stairs, goes downstairs to the rest of the house, right? But the dresser's right there, and then you can see that screen that's got the red tape on the top. So normally I keep that door closed. And then the other room has a big steel door because this is like an apartment up here with no kitchen. It's like an in-law suite, right? This is where Mom used to stay when she came to live with me, and she loved it up here. She had it so pretty, and I've kind of tried to make it my own. In the meantime, I kind of made a mess. But it was so cold that this morning I just woke up and I was just shivering. I only got that little heater going on in the bathroom, and the cat was all curled up with me and everything. And she has learned the game of if something makes a noise under the covers or the feet move, she's on it. This might be TMI, but I farted this morning, and she just come out of nowhere, poof, right on my butt, dug the claws in. I was like, oi, oi! I jumped right up. All these little pinpricks right in my bum, right? I was like, come on now. Here she is. Yeah, so she's really happy. If you saw the video of the slippers, she's weird. I mean, my goodness, just jams her face right in there. I had my work boots on and I forgot, and so I took them off just before I came in here because it's nice carpet and I don't want to get like goat schmutz and stuff and whatnot, right? But I took them off, and no sooner did I get them off, and she did. She stuck her head in it like she's like the reincarnation of my other cat, Joe Dirt. He passed away a long time ago, and she's just like him, right? The stinkier the foot is, the better she likes it, right? Just jam the face right in there. Great big snortings and snuffings, and it just goes loopy. I don't know what it is. Let me know in the comments if you have a cat that goes crazy over your dirty work socks or your work boots or whatever, because I mean, I'm in boots all day, right? All day. And then when I come in, the foot comes right out of the work boot and directly into the slipper. That's why I have so many different other slippers, but they're all wore out. Because in the summertime, I just do stuff in my slippers. And if I'm going into the barn, I just throw on a pair of what I call my barn slippers, which is a pair of Crocs, right? Rubber Crocs, because you can take them out, dunk them in a bucket, or hose them off, right? I got an old rowboat that I use for my eaves trough where it's broken, and I fill that boat up with all that rainwater. I punched a hole in the side of it because it's just a crap boat anyways. But I punched a hole in the side of it and stuck a garden hose in it, so when the boat gets full, the water starts flowing out and it waters my garden. So, yeah, in the spring, I usually find 2 or 3 pairs of Crocs floating in it, still stuck in the ice. But, oh my gosh, it was just so much fun. Right? So, today, anyways, like I was saying, it's so cold. It was so cold. So, I know I didn't post yesterday or anything. I'm getting my hate mail again. I don't know, I guess every time I get happy, people feel the need. And it's the same people, and I know it's the same people. But I used to get really upset about it. And you can see in some of my videos, right, I get quite ornery and, and I'll cuss and swear and tell them where to go. And I'm not shy about my language. No, that, because you have enough. And I thought to myself, you know what? I met so many good people and they always say, just block them and delete them. And I was like, yeah, okay, I can do that, right? So instead of getting worked up over it, I actually thought about something today. Now, when you have your own YouTube channel, right, they like it when people watch your video. If they only watch 3 minutes of it, okay, and it's a 25-minute or an hour-long video, that counts. That counts as the video was viewed in its entirety, all right? It only takes about 3 minutes, and then it registers as they've watched it. So you might only watch 3 minutes, but the creator gets full value for the entire length of the video. Well, you're a mouthy crapper. and you're trying to put in something bad in the comments and what have you, right? And I pay attention to those. And it's going to take you about 3 minutes usually to, to figure out how you're going to say it without it sounding threatening. Because, I mean, you can still be mean to somebody, but you got to make sure it's not threatening. And if it is even in the slightest bit, or words and things that YouTube does not allow, YouTube gives us our own little folder. And it's held for review type of thing. So they don't even publish them. So when I check my held for review, yeah, I still get some from these other people, right? Well, instead of getting mad about it, I want to thank them because they think that they're screwing me over, but they're not. I'm getting full credit for every video I put out as being watched, and they're interacting with the channel. So I get credit for that too. YouTube likes it when people interact with your channel. So go ahead, send me hate mail. Because you think you're screwing me over, but you're actually helping me out. Just remember that, right? So when if you're a hater out there or something, and you just want to just get after somebody and say something mean, you're not hurting them. You're helping them because they're getting credit for you watching the video. Like I say, even if it's just like the first 3 minutes, right? While you're trying to figure out how to get all your toxic words typed in and go back and say whatever, because you gotta be careful. You have to be careful. Be careful, because some people will type something in that's very threatening, and then they will get flagged by YouTube, and YouTube will, if you're too threatening in your comments, oh yeah, you'll get flagged, and they'll be paying attention to the things that you are saying on other people's channels, and they'll get a hold of you. And then they'll probably lose your own channel for that, right? Or your account. So, anyways, I just laughed when I thought about that today, and was going through a bunch of stuff and everything. It's like, yep, it's when you think you're screwing me, I'm screwing you, because I'm still going on quite happy as can be. And you're helping me out, and you're helping me reach my goal, even though you hate me. So anyways, to all you people out there that are getting haters, don't you even worry about it. Don't sweat it. If you don't like comment, that's fine. Delete and block them. But they interacted with you. That helps your channel, because they went into the comments. That comes up. YouTube sees that people are actually communicating with you, whether it's good or bad, but they're communicating with you. They do have a file that they have for every single channel of, dangerous comments and things like that, things that are held for review. Now on your channel, you can set, like, say you don't, and I'm just going to say these words just because I'll say one or two of them. If you put that you don't want the word shit in comments, any comment that comes up with shit in it will get held for review. You decide whether or not you can let it come through. So they all get held there, and like the YouTube, they keep an eye on things like that. So they have some protection in place for us creators. So yeah, so if you don't like that person's comments or whatever, yeah, you can delete them and you can block them. But you can also just delete the comment or just block the person. They can't do it again, but you still got credit for them having to watch your video so long while it took them to type it in. So they're basically stabbing themselves in their own foot, not us. All right, so I just wanted to put that out there because it's cold. Maybe my brain froze a little bit, and I'm not sure, but it's like -22 today. It's taken all day to get that stove just to heat up the room that it's in for some reason. I don't know what's going on. Maybe the ash is too deep. I'm not sure. So I tried to get some of the ash out of it, and then the vents on the side, on mine, it's like the dials on the side, I have what I call the sweet spot. Right? It kind of burns low, not too low. When you open up the door, it's got that nice dry crust on the door, a little bit. I guess it's creosote. It's got a bit of that on the door. When it's shiny, that's when you have problems, because then it gets thick and flakes off and causes problems. But it was dry. It was real dry and fluffy, but it didn't seem like much heat was coming out of it. So I adjusted my vents, and I think what happened is my vents were open because it was cold. So first reaction is jam the wood in there, open her up, get that fire going nice and hot, and then dial them back. but it wasn't dialed back. And then Mr. Moon thought the same thing, and he didn't dial them back. And we went through 6 pieces of wood, two different stove feeds. All right, like 2 times that we fed the stove. We only put like 3 pieces in, but they're good sized pieces. And they caught quickly, but it just didn't seem like the heat was coming out. And I figured that out today too. It's like it's drawing in the air so quick to get that wood going and whatnot that, yeah, the wood's burning nice as can be, but all that heat's getting sucked up the chimney. The stove is just getting, well, I wouldn't call it warm because, I mean, you touch it, you leave some skin on it. But when I dialed it back to the sweet spot, then you could feel the heat radiating out of the stove and, with the blocks and stuff inside, the fire bricks and that inside. So it was actually retaining, the stove itself was retaining more heat instead of sucking all that heat up the chimney, right? So I was quite happy about that. Got that done, and the house is warming up. I'm cold right now. Um, I just got like a 15-pound box of bacon, and it was partially frozen, so I had to break it all up with my hands and a knife, right? Cut it up, get it into some Ziplocs. So my fingers are a little bit cold, right? Just from touching all that frozen meat, and then still got the deer coming. It'll be here in a couple days from the butchers, so at least I don't have to cut that up. But my freezer's out in a cold room. So, if the power does ever go out or something and what have you, it's not going to spoil because it's got like the outside air comes into it, right? So, anyways, got to do that. So I'm just chilly. I'm getting ready to go do my chores now. Change out my fancy don't care pants, and put on some woolly underwear. All right, some better long johns. You know what I mean, instead of these little summer sleeping pants. But yeah, I just want to let you know if you got people that are giving you grief and stuff, don't even sweat. Don't sweat the small stuff. That's nothing. They're actually helping you out. Right? It's all potatoes and gravy right there. That's what it is. And it don't cost you nothing. So if y'all want to send me hate mail, you go right ahead. Right? Because you're just screwing yourself, not me. All right, we'll talk to you all tomorrow. Have a beautiful day, guys. Keep smiling. I love my brothers. Shout out to all my brothers out there, and thanks for being awesome and and just making me feel good about life again. So, and that there is hope. There really is. There's always an opposite side to every event, right? As they say, there's always an opposite and equal. For every action, there's an opposite and equal reaction, I think is what they say. Anyways, you know what I'm talking about. You know where I'm at. All right, get there, because it's not a bad place to be. Okay, we'll talk to you all later. Keep your moonshine on. It's the only way you can see in the dark. I just wish that the moon threw off some heat like the sun, because, boy, howdy, let me tell you, it's freaking cold today. All right, I love you. Jesus loves you. Be good to one another. Okay, we'll talk to you all later. Bye.